Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Too Good to Be True podcast. I am your host, Pastor Nayela. Today, you guys are live with me. You guys are live with me on my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True podcast. And this is going to be the first time since a couple of months that I did live on my YouTube channel like this. So, it's gonna be very interesting for now on what the the experience on being on YouTube is gonna be like. I did it before, but mm, I did have some issues. I didn't have my headphone, something like that. But with you guys, and also we got a lot of topics to discuss on my podcast. You know, this week I had a crazy, not crazy year, but pretty like a okay week because I have my exam and I'm trying to now I'm already finished, so I feel a bit okay with it. But now that it's over, I am on holiday and also Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for the people celebrating Christmas. And just for the thing before we start, be safe outside because this world is super crazy. I mean, I just watched the news that Germany was trying to get an attack, like a pretty much like a terrorist attack on Germany. So just be careful, people. Be safe, and also. Just celebrate your family, stay home, because we live in a world that anything can happen, crazy thing can happen. Like I said for a couple of minutes ago, that we had a lot of topics to discuss in today podcast, and we're gonna get right to it right now. So before I talk about my topic, make sure people to listen to this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, whatever platform you can find this podcast. And also, don't forget to watch this on my YouTube channel, to do to be Two podcast, and make sure to do this thing: like, subscribe, notify, leave your comment on my YouTube channel, to be Two podcast, on the video or in the community we because you guys means a lot to me. I know we are 38 people who already subscribed. I need people to subscribe even more so this podcast can still be there with you guys, and I will be there for you. So now let's talk about our topic. So we had that well, yesterday, Thursday, we had Thursday night football between the Broncos and the Chargers. So I'm gonna try and share it if I can find it. I'm gonna share it right now with you guys. Share it. So a great win for the Broncos. It was 30. Look at it. 30-27. Charger. Who I will explain it later. But first, uh, let's compare the two quarterbacks. To completion, not completion. 263 yards and two touchdowns. That's right. Not bad for a rookie. Justin Herbert, he got 22 completion, 31 touchdowns, 284 yards, two touchdowns, and one interception in the fact twice. In the rushing, in the rushing, I'll do this. My MVP rushing, Audrey Dustin, he carried nine times. He has 48 yards and one touchdown. Compared to the Chargers, Gus Edwards only carried 68 yards and two touchdowns. I'm a rushing MVP, the rushing, and for the receiving MVP. Who's my MVP right now? Marvin Mims Jr. Two receptions, 52 yards and 52 yards, and also Cortland Sutton, five receivers, 50 yards. Len McConkey from Chargers, six receptions, 87 yards. And for touchdown in both teams, Devon ran leading for the Broncos with two receptions, 21 yards, one touchdown. And Michael Burns, two receptions, and touchdown. Compared to the Broncos, receiving, Darius Davis, 32 receptions, 31 yards. So this game, I didn't see the game, but I saw the highlight of it. So look at the defenses, you can read it for yourself. So let's start on the on the uh, on this game. Great game, by the way. You know, you very see a game like you get a little small score or before the goal score. But this game is pretty excellent. So the Broncos in the first half, they were like 21 to 14 in the first half, and then something happened in the second half that I don't know. Jim Harbaugh just flipped the script. I mean, motivated that team, did the greatest comeback on Thursday Night Football, and they just did that in a snap of the finger. A snap of the finger on the Broncos. So great comeback of this game. Now they're like the second in the top of the AFC West division. So I'm not pretty much surprised because Bowman is still rookie, but he's gonna learn how to grow. He's gonna learn how to grow, and I know it's not like a Drew Brees or Manning, but he's still learning on the rookie. I will make sure that the next 3 4 years, Bowman will be in discussion of the MVP. Right now, he just he's just now. Do I think that because you think the Chargers, and I see people on media, on ESPN, even Fox, that I do think that the Chargers are a Super Bowl contender. And my answer is going to be yes. And I think the answer is probably going to be they're probably pretty much. in the golf course, but not in the golf course in the sense they're pretty much good, ready, but they're more like they're in the golf course in the sense that they need to, there's some pieces, there's pieces missing. So I'm not going to say they're a Super Bowl contender, but they're a golf course for pretty much probably no Broncos. So I'm not going to be surprised about it. So the Chargers going to be just fine. Going to be just fine. But I do think and now I think they are in the rock part. And Denver Broncos probably going to be in the hunt. That's my opinion. That's how I feel about it. Now, right before we continue our next topic, make sure that, like I said in the beginning, you listen to this podcast on, on audio. Don't forget about that. Then don't forget people to, like I said, be safe with the quickness event because today, the week goes as well right now, and and I want everybody to be safe and sound and be stand out with your family, have a holiday, relax. I know the week is pretty busy. Everybody trying to get some good, but make sure that you spend your time with your family on the holidays and the New Year. Okay, that's how I never thought about that. But also, the college football game is pretty much on right now. It's pretty much live. You got the Notre Dame versus the Indiana. The Indiana Blue game is playing right now. So don't pretty much miss the game. I will update you guys. Update you guys about the game, about the playoff, the college football playoff, and also the NBA also is pretty much uh, live right now. And not just live, also, not just live, but not just the NBA, but also, well, I guess I should talk about it. This is the update on the NBA. So right now, there's a halftime between the 76ers and the Hornets. So the 76ers are leading by 8 against the Charlotte Hornets. The Cavaliers are leading the Bucks with 36 to 26, and the Heated Thunder are just starting to play now. If you like college basketball, there's a lot of college basketball games are playing right now. Longwood is the North Carolina Central, who is playing right now. Longwood is up 39 to 31. Eighth State versus North Texas is playing. Eighth State is leading up by 2 points in the first half, 11 to 8. St. John's is Province, St. John's up to one right now. I just feel on the phone. And the game is also the game is pretty much close to Texas A&M and Christian. Texas A&M won 77 to 45. If you're a hockey fan, there's a lot of games. Maple Leafs versus the Buffalo Sabres. Maple Leafs 4-1. Uh, the Detroit Red Wings versus the Montreal Canadiens are tied 2-2. The same was blue with the Panthers, and the Blues are losing 1-0. Sorry. The Washington Capitals with the Carolina Hurricanes. Capitals are losing 1-0 in the second quarter. US Rookie to the Rangers with a start. US against the Utah. Oscar with the Utah. So, and I'll still continue with the update. Don't worry about that. Make sure people who's watching this live on chat leave your discussion in the chat room, and if you got any questions, send me on the chat. Moving on from that, this I just spoke about the NBA, and let's get this topic out of our hand right now because this is going to be very serious thing when we're going to discuss about this. So this year, uh, the ratings of the NBA is pretty bad. Is pretty much bad. Is according to I'm going to share right now. Actually, before I share it, I would just say that as a basketball. All my life, I watched basketball all my life. As a kid, played NBA Live as a kid, then NBA 2K, watching a live basketball game on the NBA League Pass, and it seems like I'll talk about people on what I'm about to say. It seems like the NBA rating even are down. The product is down. It's not that good. It's pretty much unwatchable. And I don't know why people would say people will tell why the NBA is down right now, and there's a lot of reasons why. You can't really point on one thing, and there's a lot of things that's going on why the NBA are down. So I came on this article uh, on on uh, on a website called Sports Suprema. So I'm gonna pretty much share it right now. I'm gonna pretty much share it with you guys, and I want I want you guys I, I want you guys to read this. Let's read the article that I found on Entrepreneur. Sorry, my apologies. So let's read this together. So the NBA rating down bad. What is happening? In a year when the NBA secure, the NBA secure um, uh, a historic 76 billion media rights deal. Then I'm going to scroll down. Then you guys will see it. So, the 76 billion media rights deal. The league faced a puzzling paradox. Viewership is plummeting. ESPN reported a 28% decline in ratings through November. So this is for November. This is in November. So uh, this article came out in December 13th. So, um, pretty much 1 week that I have. So let's continue. While TNT struggled the main maintain last year's number, for a league that just convinced major podcasters to triple their investment, the timing couldn't be worse. Unless, of course, the NBA knew this was coming. But considering how kind of depth of the league has been, think they are shocked. So the biggest article, the stuff pretty much of it said that the money doesn't add up. The NBA pulled off of what might be considered the height of the decade. Convincing Disney, NBC Universal, and Amazon to collectively invest $76 billion in broadcasting for the product showing clear signs of decline. Already, according to the Wall Street Journal, executives at NBC are questioning whether the overpaid $2.5 billion annual for their package. The concept is strong. While the NBA viewership tanked, other sports are thriving. The NFL posting its highest average viewership since 2015 at 1,700 million viewers per game. The World Series saw its best numbers since 2017. Even the WNBA Finals set the viewership record on ESPN this fall. Which, by the way, which I did discuss about it on my podcast about the WNBA finals. Their ball finals were amazing, and the rating was up. And I don't want to get the detail because you can still watch it. It's still available on the video when I discuss about it. So the next thing is that what the fans are saying about the NBA rating downward trajectory. So across social media and forums, basketball fans aren't holding back about what they're turning out. Coming from '22, one fan said, according to Reddit user, it said that the three-point revolution has killed the game. Echoing NBA Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal recently faced criticism that everybody's running the same play. Every team is not a three-point shooter, which which is true. But I will talk about it later. So let's continue reading this. Low management remain a major irritant. Organization and the players don't care about the regular season. Why should fans ask another comment? Highlighting how star players routinely sit out games to rest. The accessibility issue can be handled more effectively. While the NFL offers consistent game time viewing options, NBA fans face a mental blackout restriction in streaming to complement. I can't even watch my local team without using illegal streams. As common as become a common reference. I'm going to continue reading again until the end. Then then I will tell you my opinion, what my opinion is. So the deeper issue with the NBA. Beyond the surface level complaint, the NBA faced structural challenges that one won't be easily faced. Number one is identity crisis. The league push to globalize has brought incredible talent that has sports writers equal classrooms, not non-American stars having to connect with viewers as much as homegrown talent. Two, the regular season relevance. With 20 out of the 30 teams making it in the playoff and playing, regular season games feel increasingly meaningless. Three, the product saturation. Bill Simmons put it bluntly. There's too much of it. It's too exhausting. The NBA aging game season stand in stark contrast to the NFL even life atmosphere for each set over 17 games. Which I will discuss this later about this. Another question will be asked. The league responds to why the NBA rating are down. The NBA has attempted to address these issues through innovation like an in-season tournament. However, early results aren't promising as tournament Commissioner Adams said about Commissioner criticism of the modern game style, particularly regarding three-point shooting, but, but what even friendly media online are sounding alarm bells about the youth department's popularity. It is clear the problem runs deeper than Scotland. This statement by Silver shows how out of touch the youth leaders are, unless they are just trying to make it sound better than it actually is. They have no they have they have to see that no one likes this new style of play, right? The next one is look ahead to the future of the NBA rating and downfall. While the NBA isn't at risk of financial collapse, like 76 billion deals insured the past week, for years to come, the trend lines are unconcerning. For the five lowest rating NBA finals of the past 30 years have been occurred in the last four seasons. Overall, the viewership has dropped approximately 48% since 2012. If you remember, I'll go back. I'll win again. If you remember back 2012, it was the lockout year. That year it was the lockout year because you know they didn't even start until Christmas. Think about that. We had a lockout in 2011. It started on the Christmas thing, which I remember vividly. And also it was shortened this season. The player was playing back to back to back to back. I remember very clearly. So since 2012, I remember that. So that's the thing. The challenge of the NBA, the challenge for the NBA, it is new broadcast partnerships too. By the way, today was your season game and everything. To build accessibility for fans, and reconnect with an audience that increasingly see the product unwatchable product as more prominent sports writer recently put it. For now, the NBA seems content to take bank to massive media rights deals like hoping this viewership issue resolves itself. But with billions of dollars on the line, that might be a dangerous gamble. Maybe, maybe that is sports betting saves the NBA. Coming soon to an article on this device. So, TR, the next one is TLDR for the NBA ratings down. What is happening? The NBA ratings are down 28% on ESPN, while other major sports are improving. So, what was the key problem? Too many games, like 82 games, 82 games for meaningless, the low management, the style of play, accessibility issue, lack of the American dream to the audience. And next is the money. Just signed 76 billion media rights deal. NBC Universal got 2.5 billion this week, 2.6 billion a year. Amazon streaming rights. Executives already question if they overpay. The number that we talked about is the overall viewership is down at 48% since 2012. Four out of five lowest rated finals in the last 30 years have been in past four seasons. This season German viewership is down 10% from last year. Let's look at the numbers. The context: NFL averaged 17.2 million viewers, highest since 2016. The World Series, India, WNBA Finals, college football, all season well. The NBA is the only major player showing significant viewership decline. that is what we read right now, and I think everything is that there's a balance point. Everything is that it's all valid. I will not compare everybody to say, but let's take in my opinion why the NBA rating in America. I'm not talking about international like France, Canada, Germany, London, England, Spain, Germany, that in Portugal or in Africa, Australia, it does not concern them. Although I would say this for me, it's very hard for me to watch basketball games on League Pass. You know? I have to watch full games. It's pretty much hard to follow those games. So that's my opinion. I will talk about this. I will talk about this. The reason why the NBA is decided. I talk about specifically in America, in the United States, and I'll tell you what why the NBA is great. It's a combination of everything. So, like we read on the article, Sports Entrepreneur, Sports Entrepreneur. So, number one, too many games, 82 games season to minimum. I will say this: you you don't need to watch all the games. You can watch some games, but I don't think the 82 season. They're not going to change the 82 season because of the money. So it's a money thing. So that's not gonna happen. So I would scrap that. Scrap that. Low management in low management, yes, yes, that I would totally agree. Too many players uh, are are watching are watching the basketball game and they don't see their star on the court. For instance, you don't see Flai'jae. He's the king of low management. He doesn't even play. He sits down, and sometimes I always wonder that he does that on purpose or not. I know injury is part of the game, but but if you get injured and that if you're really hurt, I'm fine. But if you're not hurt, go out there and play on the court. I think low management is really killing it. Zion Williamson is an example. I mean, what's the last time we see Zion Williamson and eight in a full, like I said, in a 82 game when he's healthy? Well, what's the last time we see that? Well, you never seen it because he's an injury prone, and that's also part of the reason why the fans are tuning out. Low management is one of the biggest problems. Players doesn't want to show up. They don't give a damn. They care about their brand. They don't want to get injured. They don't want to. They don't want to play games or things or important. That's what I feel about low management. And that's 65 games of players who, by the way, by the way, who try to make the rule that you need to play 65 games to be available for the all time NBA team. That's also part of it. Low management is part of it. If that's the reason. Another reason that I read is the style of play. The over reliance on 2 points. That's also play a factor. That play huge a huge factor. a huge factor on this game, on today's game. The 3 point, the 3 point on killing the NBA. Even though when back then we didn't like the Golden State Warriors style play, and but it fits with their style of play. There's teams that we got no business to shooting threes. We got no business to shooting threes in the game. For instance, I watched the game between the actually I saw a highlight the game with the Hornets versus the Bulls. I mean, both teams were terrible. They're not a good team. They're jacking threes. They are jacking threes. And they missed like 35 threes, something like that. I mean, what's the fundamental of the game? And also the players too got no business. They got no business for shooting threes. I will give an example. Victor Wembanyama. I know he's still young, but I cannot stand him to shoot threes. Every time he does the ball, they pass the ball, shoot threes, shoot threes. Put your ass in the paint, and be dominant because that guy is 7'5". He got a lot of advantage. He got a lot of advantage over the other centers. Well, except for the Joel, yeah, okay. He got an advantage of Joel and Jokic. And I'm like, I'm like, put your uh, put, put your big ass in the paint and dominate. So that's part of the reason. Also, the 3 point is killing it. And I know it's not D-man even, but also the style of play. Everybody is pretty much, uh, like I said, pretty much jacking three, which players team know some teams are not a two-point specialist. Some players cannot even jack three. We got to be realistic about it. So that's also a main issue. Another main issue, and I think a lot of Americans feel that way, is that accessibility issue, streaming of blackout rules. So it's not just happening on the NBA. It's happening on the NHL. NHL too. Their ratings are declining down. And if you're an American, please put your discussion in the chat as if it happened before. So let's say this, I'm watching this in LA, right? Lakers, Lakers. If you live in LA, you tell me or other city in any United States. I'm watching, the Lakers. They're gonna play tonight, and all of a sudden, I want to watch the game. It says the game is not available on your local TV. You know, you know what I'm saying? And you got to watch it on League Pass. And yes, streaming is part of the problem too. But I cannot. It's hard. It's hard to keep up with the game because most people cannot don't have a local TV channel. Like I cannot watch a Laker game on local TV. I have to watch it on streaming, on League Pass. And did you know how much a League Pass costs? I mean, it's like $200. That means you gotta pay your local channel, having streaming like Amazon, YouTube TV, NBA League Pass to keep up with upcoming games. That's part of the reason why the NBA rating are declining. That's also the reason why people in America complaining. It's not just in America. I'm complaining a lot too. No, no, not because of local TV, but sometimes I'm complaining that it's too much. It's too much to keep up with streaming, local TV, everything. That also this is part of the reason why. The next reason why that a lot of Americans believe in been complaining and complaining and complaining is that there are lack of American born superstars connected to the audience, which is true. You know, I always said this: we need balance. I mean, we need balance with American and the international. You know, yes. If you look at the last 2 years, if you count this draft and the last year, the two first overall pick, they're from France. And I live in France, for real. That's true. I live in France. You got a lot of those young international players like Giannis, Jokic, Embiid, SGA, who else? Who else international? Wimby. Those guys are international. Luka Doncic. Oh, thank you very much. Luka Doncic. I mean, there's a lot. Yeah, there is a lot of. Well, also the international. Even though I disagree with some people that the international player are ruining the NBA, which is not true. They deserve to be part of the NBA. But if you're an American, who's the next face? Also, it will attach what I was about to say that there is no American player that are good right now. Not that they're good. I don't say they're good, but there's not like that one guy I can say this is the next guy face of the league. I mean, you got a lot of American players. You got Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, um, who got Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Bronson. I mean, they all like Cat Carl Anthony Town. They all, well, Carl Anthony is American. He played for the Republic Dominican basketball. But whatever. There's not that one superstar, American player you can say, this is the face of the league. This is the face of the league that they're going to carry out after LeBron, Steph, and KD go out of the league. So that's also a reason why the NBA is declining. And yes, they also yes, I read the 48% is down 48% in the last what is it like what 12 years. I mean, this is sad where we are where we are now, but also and also we bring in the format. Like I said, you bring in a, I mean, you're bringing out the format. We talked about the in-season tournament viewership down for 10% from last year. Yes, last year, yeah. And I know why last year it is what it is because it was still new. Did not know what to expect. And you know, I thought last year when the Lakers won, I thought it was pretty good because it was a team. It makes sense. This year, the in-season the tournament was bunch of two small market teams, Oklahoma City the Thunder and the Bucks. Two small market teams. There was no superstar like Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and I think that's part of it too because Adam Silver has put a lot of things for the NBA to be good, like which I will talk about. I will talk about later. And the what the play-in tournament, the season tournament, and you got the All Star right now. That's part of the reason too that NBA is declining. You know, and I think it's sad what's going on right now. It is very, 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 very sad. But I think everything I said is kind of true. And also, there's another thing. There's other thing that why the NBA is declining. Rivalry. There is no rivalry. There is no rivalry because if you remember, I remember watching the Bird and Magic rivalry. Their story, like how it came about their rivalry, and they bringing up something that I was like, damn, he's right. Players hated each other on the court because they wanted to be the best. Larry hated Magic, Magic hated Bird, Jordan hated Isaiah, Isaiah hated Jordan. You had that rivalry in the every single year. You got the rivalry, and it was great. Not just in the '80s, also in the '90s. You have rivalry that it was important. Today, there's no rivalry. Everybody is friendly, cuddly, want to hug, and it's pretty much sad what's going on. What's going on? But I don't know how the NBA is going to do. But speaking also, like I talk about the All Stars, there's another topic about it. The new All Star format for this year is confirmed. So I'm going to share it with you guys. So I'm going to read it. So according to the CBS Sports, the NBA All Star format here's how the league will determine will work and who will pick the team. So let's read this. They say that the changes are upcoming in the NBA All-Star. The league has confirmed Tuesday that the 2025 All-Star will be a mini tournament featuring 14 three teams of the NBA All-Star plus the winner of the annual Rising Star Challenge. Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith as the PNC and president will be honoring general managers of the three teams of the NBA All-Star who will be responsible and drafting the eighth player. So how to balance sport? So about India All-Star Game the NBA is switching to a mini tournament between four teams, three teams, and so so the Rising Star Challenge is the 14th tournament. We will have Friday night and featuring the league best first and second year player plus the head coach of the team. Two, each team of the NBA All-Star will have eight players. There will be a total of 24, excluding the injury replacement, the same number as previous season. Third, the, so the tournament format from the NBA press release. Two teams will meet in one semifinal game one, and two teams will remain in the other semifinal two. The winning team from game one and game two will advance to face each other in the championship. salary for each other. The winner will be the first team to reach and surpass 40 points. The voting process remains the same. The stamp player will still be picked as starter, and there will be 12 players per conference. Again, for the NBA release, five-player honor as starters. Each conference will be selected, over 50% by the fans, 25% by the media, and 25% by the players. The seven players honored as reserves in each conference will be selected by the NBA head coach voting begins like 2 days ago. The prize there is a prize of about $1.8 million. Each player has one championship winning team. There's $125 million. Each second place gets $50 million. Players on the team that lost the semifinals get $25 million. So I'm not gonna read it thing. So that's important for what am I thought about it? I think the NBA format um, is pretty much a waste of time. It's pretty much like I said, a waste of time. I mean, I I said it last year. If you haven't listened to last year NBA All Star, I complain about, go listen to on Spotify on my podcast about the NBA All Star list. It's still available on Apple Podcast, but you can listen to it. I think it's a waste of time because they already. It's not Adam Silver's fault. It's the player's fault. The players should be held accountable about the NBA All Star. Because when I was growing up, the NBA All Star meant something. It was like your mini trip, mini holiday, even though it was for 3 days. And I can remember top of my head about All Star Game when it was good. I remember 2001 when AI came back. I think the story for the Eastern Conference came back winning the NBA All Star game against the West in 2001. I remember the 1998 All Star game, Madison Square Garden, when Michael Jordan last NBA All Star in, in in Madison Square Garden. And I remember uh, uh, I remember the 2003 NBA All Star, and I remember when Michael Jordan sped away, and they were supposed to win the game, and AI just gave him the bump. I remember that. Why is it so hard to change every time the new format of the NBA All Star, the new format of the season? Don't you think it's a little bit um, a waste of time? Another reason why the rating was going down because players can care less about the NBA All Star unless they pay them some money. Unless they pay them $1 million. If that's a new thing right now, we have to give it $1 million to make it to play defense. Sad. It's sad for the NBA. It's sad that what that's what's happening right now with the ratings what's happening now with the NBA All Star, what's happening that a lack of superstar. So that's all I gotta say about that. So let me keep you guys updated with the sports right now. So I'll keep you guys updated. Oh, there it is. The college football game playoff has already started. Notre Dame is up 14-0 against the Indiana in the second quarter. And for college basketball game, if you're a fan, Iowa is leading Northern Iowa from 8 points, 70 to 62. Ohio State is ahead of Stanford 16 to 6. Michigan heading actually won the game with 8.96 to 59. In the NBA right now, this is I reading this on my phone, people. Look, I reading this on my phone. So back now during the fourth quarter, the 76ers are ahead against the Hornets 89 to 73. The Buccaneers, the Cavaliers in the third quarter are above uh, this game 77 to 51 for for the Cavaliers. And then for the Sixers, Heat versus Thunder. Thunder are up 32 to 37. Let's switch another topic. And we were talking about the NIL deal. You see, the NIL, to me, I think it was probably the greatest thing that happened for college students, college athletes. But recently, I came up with an article on, on the NIL deal because I know the NIL is for name, image, and likeness college for college athletes. It seems like the Americans they'll get an NIL deal, because of the brand. And everybody's a brand. Everybody's a brand. Even myself. Even myself in my podcast. I'm a brand. I'm a media. I'm a brand. So I came up with an article. So I want to share this article with you guys. Uh, it's called the NIL confusion for uh, international players. So this is an article from Sports Illustrated in November 2003. So they say that immigration attorney recently finding constant frustration, lack of opportunity. So let's read it. The international student athlete lack of access to NIL opportunity has been lingering problem since July 2021. Lack of education, federal guidance, and immigration law especially for those in the athletic administration role and those working for third-party NIL facilitation companies. Collective, for example, has led to confusion that has made many feel far away from finding permission opportunity for international access. Many of the NIL industry mistakenly think the international students are banned from participating in any NIL event. International students are the fear that this rhetoric can take it as gospel. In reality, the prohibition of foreign athletes from receiving an NIL compensation is only half the truth. But let's continue. International students make up nearly 12.8% of Division One NCAA athletes. Sport like tennis are comprised over 60% from students. International athletes are not only represent non-revenue athletics, Division One men's athletes exceed the college average with 50% athletes coming from outside the United States. Virtually all foreign student athletes have legal residence in the United States of the F1 visa, colloquially known as student visa. This legal residency is offered for full-time students enrolled at accredited American universities. The critical aspect of the student visa is the content and the NIL endorsement opportunity is restriction on one student employee. Students of the F1 visa are not allowed to engage in employment outside of campus. Work or other specific programs geared towards career development. None of these exemptions allow for the traditional source-based NIL activation. There are two types of NIL engagement activity and passive. Active engaged one apply a F1 visa guideline, sorry, or the employment of the international students. Passive engaged do not. I know it's a pretty long. I'm gonna read this, then I'm gonna stop a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna read what's the most important. So I'm gonna read this. Activity NIL engaged requires the labor of an athlete. This can be any form of service provided by the athlete in the engagement. Things such as posting on social media, appearing at an event, signing autographs. Unfortunately, these NIL activations are the most common in industry as brand and collective have increasingly joined student athletes in the economy. While less common tactics in NIL engagement leverage the influence of athletes without requiring any labor or the athlete group entity payment for the upcoming EA Sports NCAA football can be earned through this type of engagement. In exchange for financial consideration, student athletes EA Sports a license with the name, image, and likeness, voice, and jersey number in the game. No labor from the student athlete is therefore no violation of the student athlete. Some of the nation's most sophisticated collective managed companies have been able to bypass restrictions of F1 student visa. On Penn State Collective was able to pass license Canadian athletes for billboard in their home country. While these endorsements require additional care and financial investment to ensure companies with passive licenses principles, they can be helped tool to the collective to attract and retain elite international talent. So I don't really want to read it all, but this one point I want to read this article. So this one. This was Gabriel captured and quickly done. Victoria the image was immigration law for now. Recent finding page of Walter discussion with many administrations and their discussion led to a fast conclusion. School was one guidance. International students are vulnerable. Playing field for international students is uneven. NIL will benefit the local community. Foreign athletes are being denied the full student athlete experience. So you heard that on the article on Sports Illustrated. But I will say this: I think it's not fair for the international player, like people from Australia, people who come from different part of the world, like they they cannot even get a brand. They cannot use uh, the likeness because of the international rule. Because, like I said, the F1 visa, about the visa, and so on and so forth. And that's not the first time that we heard this. Um, Recently, I watched the Flai'jae Johnson, the best of her podcast, the best of both worlds, with one LSU athlete, Q, LSU teammate Last-Tear Poa. She talked about the situation of why she cannot get an NIL, why she cannot get an NIL deal for her brand. So I want you guys to listen to this, and then I'm gonna share my opinion about it. So I'm gonna share you guys with this video, and, and I want and I want uh, then I'll continue about my thought about it. Let's listen to her why why she cannot get an NIL deal. So let's listen to this. Let's listen to this. I can skip it. And go.
The barriers between students and NIL deals.
Mhm.
For the people that don't know, you sued the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration over their denial of an athlete visa that would have allowed you to earn more NIL money. Talk about that process because you're doing. So yeah, talk about that.
Um, I feel like obviously since NIL started, it's given like you guys a great opportunity to obviously make money but get your name exposed. I did it because I feel like my platform obviously it's not easy to get. You have to have a certain resume to get it. So once I went through it with my lawyers, they was like, yeah, we're gonna do it. So I think just having them on my back was great. But I think overall for internationals, like it'll be a great opportunity, even not just for me right now, but for people behind me that's coming up. Like
Right,
I want them to earn money because like this is what we worked hard for. And I especially for internationals, like we come overseas and obviously, it is like you guys like we are away from home, but we are definitely like away from home. And
right,
especially me, I'm like on the other side of the world, so I don't get
right.
but it'll be a great opportunity to earn to, pretty much get the money that we deserve because, like Georgia Amos, she's in Kentucky and she's pretty much done most of the things I've done, but like we can't earn anything. So
Right.
being on the platform with you guys would expose internationals, period.
Most definitely. Have you
Yeah.
faced any challenges that other players may not experience being an international player?
Um Not really. I feel like we all kind of went through the same thing. I think
Yeah.
obviously being here in America longer, um, it hurts being away from home because I've got siblings. But no, I think we all gone through the same thing, homesickness, trying to like figure out ourselves, just everything in general. So
Okay, I got a question.
So you heard what Last-Tear Poa said about for the NIL, and this is sad. They cannot get an NIL deal, so they had to go. She had to go to a lawyer to fight this. And what she said in the beginning, yes, you need to have a resume to have an NIL deal, but branding is very important to be a marketability if you're a marketable person. So social media also plays with it too. yes, it's very sad for her because she's from Melbourne, Australia. It's very difficult for her to get an NFL. I'll give you another example. Another example. Camila Cardoso, the center for the Chicago Sky, she couldn't get an NIL deal, so she had to play overseas to get a lot of money. Right now, she's in China, and that it's not really fair for her because Camila Cardoso is from Brazil, and it's very difficult for international players to get to have an NIL deal. And I think a few years, in a few years, they will make a change that international players will get an NIL deal. But this is very sad because they cannot get money or sponsors. Any sponsor, any sponsor, they cannot use the platform. But in fairness, most of those players will not cannot get an NIL deal. Because I don't know why. Don't ask me about it. But this shit, this fuck shit is very sad. And I hope she her lawyer gonna fight about it. I hope she'll get her And yes, I think the visa got something to do with it because she's from Australia. It's very hard to be marketable as a person from Australia and to come here in the United States. That's my opinion. For I'll give up. I'll say this. Yes, and will also benefit for other like other countries like Canada. Let's say Canada is a Canada in America. Uh, they have they can have an NIL. But a person who comes from Brazil, Germany, Spain, they cannot have that NIL. So they have to fight for it. That's all I gotta say about that. I hope everything goes right. Now moving on from that, we uh, we'll talk about college football. Um, I'm not going to show my screen right now. I'm going to use my phone. So for the college football game, uh, college football game, you have right now. My I didn't use my prediction about this game. So, but before we talk about prediction, we talk about the bowl game. We had Ohio versus Jackson State for the Pure Bowl. Ohio won against Jack State 30 to 27, which was a great game. Great game. You have right now. You have Florida with Tulane for the Union Home Mortgage Industrial Bowl. Congratulations to the Florida. Florida State. Yeah. After Florida, 33 to 8 against Tulane. And let's go to with my prediction for the playoff. SMU to Penn State. Who do I got? I've got SMU winning it over Penn State. I think that SMU was pretty much surprised why they got in the college playoffs for Alabama. But I said this on my Instagram and I did post it on my X from the trade that Alabama lost because they lost two important games. One was Vanderbilt, and the other one was Oklahoma. And SMU also deserved it. sorry, but I wasn't mad about that. So I got SMU being Penn State. Next game, Clemson to Texas. I pretty much difficult. I want to pick Texas. My head says Texas, but my heart says Clemson. So I will go with the heart. I got Clemson to Texas. Win this. And final playoff game, the two teams versus Ohio State. I got Ohio State winning against Tennessee. I do believe Ryan Day is going to figure it out. I'll be honest with you, he's going to figure it out. He's going to be, he's going to figure it out about with the Ohio State because they lost to Michigan this season, and that was his first straight losing. So I think he's going to come back. And final game, Notre Dame versus Indiana. I've said this in my mind and in my heart. I got Notre Dame over Indiana. I think the weather's got to do with this. Also, I got to say this. And for Penn State and SMU. I think the weather, actually for all games, I think the weather will tell a huge factor on it. But I'm not going to be surprised if Indiana come out with a win. So, but to me, I got Notre Dame. So that's all for today's podcast. Uh, Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. Make sure, like I said in the beginning, listen to this podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, or if you don't want to listen to it on audio, I will post on my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True podcast with Pascal. Yeah? Make sure to like, subscribe, notify, leave your comment on my YouTube channel video or leave your comment on my post community on my YouTube channel. And also, you want to follow me on social media, follow me on X, formerly Twitter, at Valley with the CMM. I repeat, at Valley with the CMM. X, formerly Instagram, is Pascal underscore Mayala underscore 15 on my Instagram. Same thing with Thread. Follow me on Thread. Sometimes I will post something. I will talk something about it. And also, do not forget, like I said, to subscribe on my YouTube channel. Now we have 38 people on my YouTube channel, subscribe on my YouTube channel, and I want this to elevate for next year 2025, which is coming, and also in January we're also going to celebrate something. So thank you very much for listening to this podcast. And that being said, I'll see you maybe tomorrow, maybe next time, but maybe next time or tomorrow. You probably don't know if I'm motivated. But see you guys, and also and happy holidays. Be safe. Like I said, be safe. Be safe where you're going because we live in a crazy world. Anything can happen. And happy New Year's Eve. So thank you, and especially to spend your holiday with your family, your close one, because family are close, close in life. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to all of you. See you next time.